over 6 years now, and honestly, I've wasted so much time probably making the same mistakes that you're doing right now. But after grinding for those 6 years, I've landed multiple major placements with artists such as Gunna, Tory Lanez, Lil Kid, and more to name a few. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what I wish someone told me when I started. And if you actually apply them and not just nod your head or browse Instagram while watching this video, this could change your life. So lesson 1 is you have enough time. For the longest time, my favorite excuse was, I don't have enough time. I came back from LA, I was working 2 jobs, had to balance having a girlfriend at the time with my social life and family and going to the gym and all of that. And I just told myself, I'll just double down, I'll just do more work on Saturday. And then Saturday came and I just didn't even want to do any work. I just felt super burnt out. And then something popped up, I would go to a soccer game, X, Y, and Z, and then just end up doing nothing. But what I realized, it's not about having more time, it's about maximizing the time that you do have available. So for example, 1 hour of deep focused work is a lot better than 4 hours of unproductive, unfocused work. And at the end of the day, we all have the same 24 hours, me, you, and Elon Musk. So if you're telling yourself, I don't have time, I want you to audit where you're actually spending your time. Audit your screen time, audit your weekends, audit the time that you spend with your family, your friends, and bullshitting, watching Instagram and YouTube. Because the truth is, we don't have a time problem, we have a discipline problem. And once I realized that, I stopped feeling stuck. And this leads me to my next point, which is lesson 2, focus on the highest leverage activities. So I used to feel productive all the time, reorganizing my door, organizing my drum kits, making my website look nice and pretty. But did that really help move the needle forward in terms of my careers, in terms of my goals? No, I was just using it as busy time and not productive time. Those were low leverage activities. They made you feel busy, but you weren't actually productive. What you need to focus on is the highest leverage activities every single day. So let's say your goal is to build your personal brand and get placements. Content is going to be high leverage, networking is going to be high leverage, and sending out is going to be high leverage. Or let's say you're a beginner producer and your number 1 goal is to just get better. The highest leverage thing is for you to be actually inside the door, trying, experimenting, even researching for a bit. But you don't want to get lost in the trap of watching a 4-hour-long video and not actually opening your door and applying the same things, because that's a low leverage task. So when I started asking myself, is this high leverage? Is this actually going to move the needle forward? That's when I started making real progress in my music career. So an action step that you can take away from this video is, at the end of every day, write down the 3 biggest highest leverage activities that you can do tomorrow, that you will do tomorrow. And when tomorrow comes, just focus on one of them straight after when you wake up. You could say, eat the frog first, as we say. Do the hardest thing first, because the rest of the day is going to be easiest. And if you just focus on the highest leverage activities inside your business, you're going to 10x, even 100x the person who's just making their website look pretty, tweaking a couple things, reorganizing their drum kits, because that's busy work, not productive work. Lesson 3 is going to be uncomfortable, but it's the harsh truth that you need to hear, which is it's all your fault. Your results are the sum of every action that you've taken up until this point. What I used to do was blame outside circumstances. So when my post flopped, I blamed the algorithm. When an artist didn't use my beat, I blamed them. When my YouTube didn't go well, I blamed something to do with YouTube. But then I came to a realization of there are other producers out there who are doing YouTube, Instagram, who are getting records. Then maybe it's not the algorithm, maybe it's me. And when I came to that realization, it was kind of like, okay, life is in my control. I had the power to change this. And that's when everything clicked and changed. Because blaming outside circumstance, blaming things outside of your control, number 1, it's a waste of time. But number 2, it feels comforting because you're putting the blame on something else. But at the end of the day, there's nothing that you can do about it, right? Well, if you take blame, you take responsibility, especially as a man, shout out to all the women watching, especially as a man, you have to take responsibility for everything in your life. And once again, no one is going to come save you. No one is going to give you a handout. You have to create those opportunities for yourself. And that moment where I started taking full responsibility, something switched in my mind. I went from thinking, why isn't it not working for me, to how can I improve this? How can I make this better? And I switched into problem-solving mode. Because at the end of the day, if something isn't working, there's always a reason. And therefore, there's always a solution to your problem. Lesson 4 is that you'll never be ready. I kept telling myself, when I'm better at samples, I'll start sending it out. When my content is good, I'll start posting. When I'd reach a placement, I'll start dropping kits. But 3, 4, 5, 6 months came by and I was still stuck in the same position, right? It's like telling a fat person, when I'm fit, I'll start going to the gym. It doesn't make any sense. Ultimately, there is no point where you magically feel ready. Confidence comes from doing the reps. Reps come from taking action, and action comes from doing it before you feel ready. And you've got to realize every producer started off making mid beats and posting mid beats. Every producer started making mid content. It wasn't until like their 100th bit of content that they started getting good. But the difference is they didn't wait for perfection. They didn't wait till they were 100% ready or 100% confident to take action. They just took action. As I always say, imperfect action is better than perfect inaction, because imperfect action creates feedback. Feedback creates growth, and growth creates confidence. So if you sit on the fence too long and you never take action, you're going to become comfortable there, and comfort kills momentum. So go out there, send that DM before you're ready, post that bit of content you've been sitting on for a while, send out that beat that you think it's not ready yet. Once again, imperfect action is better than perfect inaction. And the final lesson is collaboration and seeking help. I used to think that doing everything yourself was like a badge of honor, you could say. And nowadays you see everyone in the producer community, oh, if you use loops, you're not a real producer. Oh, you didn't make that drum from scratch. Are you even a real producer? Blah, 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 blah. You see this all the time on Instagram. And what I came to realize is doing everything yourself, you don't get an extra Grammy. You don't get extra brownie points at the end of the day. It just causes you to move slower. And so when I started collaborating with producers, that's when everything shifted for 3 big reasons. Number 1, my creativity spiked. Because let's say you go to a studio session with another producer, or you send out another idea, they might flip something, they might use a VST you've never heard of, they might have used different techniques that you're taking bits and pieces from all these other producers and you're creating your own style. So that's where the real creativity comes from. Learning from other people, taking bits and pieces, little nuggets of knowledge and applying it to your own style. The second thing was opportunities. If you're doing everything yourself, you only have access to your opportunities. While if you go out and collaborate with someone else, not only do you have access to your opportunities, but have access to theirs. So let's say you work on a beat, not only you send it to your 50 artists and producers, you can also send it to their 50 artists and producers. And now you've doubled the amount of opportunity out there possible. And the biggest thing I learned collaborating with others was guidance. Working with someone who maybe has more experience than you, maybe has been in the industry longer than you, and who has achieved more than you can learn from them. You ask them questions. Hey, what would you do in my situation? What should I do? What do you think of this, X, Y, and Z? Because when you don't, and you're just doing this by yourself, you don't have that feedback from other people. You don't have that guidance of what's working and what's not. And so you're stuck on this hamster wheel of feeling busy, but you're never making true progress. So when you have that guidance from someone else, you have clarity, you have direction. So therefore, momentum builds up really fast. You look at people in other industries who hire mentors to teach them, hey, focus on this, pay this. There's a reason people pay Alex Hormozy between $8 to $40 to $50, or even $100,000. Because that knowledge, that time, that money, that energy that you spend trying to figure this out by yourself, you could hire a mentor, speak to someone in a better position than you, and get that knowledge. And instead of it taking 18 months, you could do it in 4 months. That's why I started working with producers one-on-one, not to hype them up or sell them a dream. My goal is to be truthfully honest about my experience in the music industry and help them get to that point, help them be that person that I wish I had when I started out. So if you're watching this and you feel like, I know I'm capable of more, I feel like I'm wasting time, I feel like I'm stuck and I need clarity and direction, then here's what I want you to do. There's going to be a link down below for you to book in a call with me. And on that call, we'll figure out where you're at now, where you want to go, what's the biggest challenge, and what's actually holding you back from seeing success. And we'll create you a custom game plan based on your current situation. And it's no pressure. If I can help you, I will. If not, then I'll point you in the right direction, but at least you'll walk away with some clarity, because staying stuck and hoping things will magically go away is the fastest way to stay stuck in your career. So if you take nothing else from this video, take this. You have enough time. Focus on the highest leverage activities. Take responsibility of your own life, because no one is going to come save you at the end of the day. Act before you feel ready, and don't try to do it all by yourself. Those 5 lessons genuinely changed my life and changed the trajectory of my career. And once again, if you feel like you need more of a direct mentorship, having that guidance and accountability to help you on your goals, then there's going to be a link in the description to book in a call with me. But either way, stop moving, make that change, take responsibility, and take action.